Right, so today I'm going to do a wee review here. This is the HUK KABA 8-piece dimple pick set. I got this off dhgate.com. I'll put that in the description actually in case you're thinking of this yourself. But I've got to say it's a fantastic wee dimple pick set. Now I've never had dimple picks before, so I've nothing really to compare them to. So I sat and I watched a lot of other reviews online today to get a vague idea for common faults and common issues with them. So a few things noted down here, and I spoke to a few of the boys in the forum there to see what they wanted to know. So main thing seems to be the finish. In fact, I'll just point out we've got eight dimple picks there. So if you can see that in the light, they all have numbers. So there's number 4, right from 1 up to obviously up to number 8. And they're in groups of 2 and they're colour coded. Now the way the pairs actually work is the 2 reds go together, the 2 blues, the 2 golds, and the silvers are separate. In fact, this silver kind of goes with this gold, but there's a variety of sizes and a few different shapes. I have measured them, so I've got a few more details to go into on that there. But it's just, if I'm being quite honest, the numbering system, well, it doesn't make a whole load of sense because I'll tell you why, right? Number one is a flag, so it's a wee left-hand flag here. I think that's left hand anyway, and they're really well finished. They're really, really smooth and really good, but it's got an odd shape to it. See if you can see that. It's sort of you've got the stem, and then the flag sort of comes down and off at a slope. I've drawn a wee picture here. I'll show you as well. Now, when you compare that to number 2, it's just flat. So number 2 and 3 are completely flat and stick out, whereas this one's got that sort of offset. Now my question is, why is there just one of these? Number 8 is actually almost a copy of number 6, and it's just a few wee things like show you here number 8 and number 6. These are larger flags, but they've got quite a curve in them. Turn them around like this, and I've measured them, apart from minute differences, maybe where one's been polished slightly more or a wee touch here or there, in the finishing, they're virtually identical. With number 7 being the opposite direction, on the flag aspect. A left hand and a right hand type thing, so they go together. But number 8 is kind of a duplicate of number 6, which just begs the question as to why. Like, the two of these colours match, so judging on the rest of the system, you'd expect these two to go together, and you have one with this here sort of offset, but you don't have the matching opposite side of it. So if I'm being honest, I'd much rather have seen that and just had everything matching, have the opposite for each of them. I don't really see the point in having an additional one of these, but nonetheless, it's what you get. They have this wee rotation at the bottom. Now, I don't really know how much benefit that serves, because whenever you're in there, like whenever I was in the lock earlier on, you're kind of using your finger up there and you're more like this, so it doesn't really come into contact that much. They're nearly just that wee bit too long, at least for my preference anyway. And what it does tend to do is, because it's obviously loose to allow it to rotate, sometimes you pick them up and you can feel that moving, so it gives a wee bit of a false feedback if you knock it. But I don't know, maybe others would find that more useful, but there you go. It's probably just to stop this rubbing in reality, if you're rotating the gap constantly, but I don't see that being an issue. what else we got to talk about? So we'll go into finish. Right, so finish, like, compared to other lock picks I've had, like, these are probably some of the best finished ones I've ever had. Like, and I haven't even touched these. This is how they came from the factory. Real silky smooth, hardly feel any sort of bevels. Now don't get me wrong, they're not perfect, but at the same time they're really, really well finished. Everything's so nicely rounded, and it just feels real smooth and glides in and out quite nice, which is obviously the point of it. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all have rounded shafts. 6, 7 and 8 have a sort of rounded, maybe like a flat bar. So it's like a flat bar goes in at the angle here. So it's like that sort of shape there, and rounded off at both sides. So it's still not sharp or nothing, but it's just a slightly different shape. I don't know if that's because these are much larger tips on them, but that's that there. But again, still finished real nice and smooth. And then as well as that there, the fixing in here, as far as I can tell, I haven't been using these for a long time, only got them today, but like, it's fixed real solid. Seems to be anyway. It seems to nearly be just sort of wedged in tight. I don't know if there's something in behind it that it's fixed to. Maybe that's why they put these spinny caps on. They've attached it somehow in there and capped this on. But definitely feels real good, real solid. Gave that a wee test earlier, and it was definitely quite sturdy. Right, so some measurements. So I did this wee sketch. Now, forgive me for how rough the sketch is, but nonetheless. So number 1 is this sort of offset that I was saying. It's like you've got the bar there that comes out over the shaft. There's like a offset slope, and the wee bit sticks out. And the width, so from this side right to here, is 3.36 mil, or about 135 thousandths. And like I say, you only get one like that. 2, 3, 4 and 5 are nearly all identical. And this again is where the numbering system seems a wee bit off, because 2 and 3 are about 3.35 mil, or 132, sorry, I made a mistake there, 132 thousandths of an inch, whereas 4 and 5 actually get smaller. They're closer to 3.06 mil and 120 thousandths. So again, personally, I would have had this as a 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5, 6 and 7, so that you knew the higher up the numbers you went, the wider from this section right out to the tip, the wider they were. But again, that's just how I would have done it, personal preference. Making the numbers mean a wee bit more. Then going on to 6 and 7, and these are the shapes, by the way. So like I said, this has got the flat, it just comes out completely flat, whereas this here one's offset. 6 and 7, that's a bit bad there, but these are the curled ones. This sort of shape here, that's for 6 and 7, and it's 4.3 mil wide. Again, taken across the maximum widths, and 168 thousandths. So they're a bit wider again, but that's kind of what you want. You want them to step up, and like I say, 8 is practically identical. Same measurements, same shape, same everything. I don't really know what the purpose of that there is, but there you go. That's just how they come. You get these 2 tension wrenches with it as well. So 2 sort of Z-shaped wrenches. Let me just see. Turn this on. View the on button. There we go. So this one I've already measured. I just forgot what it is, but it's exactly the same for this piece and this piece, and that it is There you go, about 121 thousandths of an inch, or 3.07 mil. And then that should be the same for this. 3.05 or 120. So just, marginal, probably the way I've got it in there. But, I don't really know why they've got, the same on both sides. There's a thickness, 39 thousandths or just under a mil. And same again for the other side, so personal preference might be that you could maybe file one of these down a bit on one side, make it a bit narrower, or you could chop the end off, have it a bit shorter to make some sort of difference. But at least you've got that option, still quite good. This one on the other hand has a thick and a thin end. Well, they're both relatively thick, but so that's 1.73. Let me just get that in right. 1.73 mil or 68 thousandths for that side. And then this side is 57 thousandths or 1.46. So, slight difference. Same width here, 3.67. That's wider than this one was. Well, obviously. So not bad all in all. Stick that out of the way. Let's see, what else is there? So they come in this case. It's actually quite a nice wee case, just nicely sized, about the same size as a pair of, a case for your glasses. Come in this, a bit of foam insert in the top. Again, the foam is absolutely brilliant to, have that there, a bit of padding in there. But if I could make one criticism, it would be, like that's quite thick. If they used half the thickness of that, you could have a piece in the bottom and a piece in the bottom, or a piece in the bottom and a piece in the top, line both sides. But again, that's just being a bit picky. I'll learn that there. The zip isn't the greatest. I got it stuck earlier, but managed to get it fixed. But like you really do get a cracking wee set here. It definitely is. Like I say, I have yet to do a lot of experience with it, but I picked this earlier, so I'll just show you there. I've got it left open, so there you go. And that was picked using this. Likewise, another bicycle lock. It was pretty much all I could find. Never went into town earlier. Let's see, which way does that one go? Well, that wants me to. That wants me to clip that back in. Let's issue that, and then. So that one was picked too. It works in a multi-lock. I have this multi-lock here. I got this to a false set and I never got it open, but all the same, like these shafts are narrow enough that it allows for nice easy moving in and out. As you can see, there's plenty of room. And just while I've got the calipers, I'll tell you. There you go. So if I roll that about, it's not a nice even roundness, but it's still quite smooth. So the maximum seems to be about 151 there. 151. Sorry, 1mm 51. Whereas these ones here with this different shape, these are about 187. So yeah, all round definitely a lovely wee set. Really would recommend it. And the last thing that I will mention is the price point. Now I got these here off dhgate.com. I think I said that earlier on, but I'll put the wee link in the description. And I paid £23.74 for it. Now I think part of that there was the conversion and all, but it says on it that the price ranges from $29.32 to $34.66. So that's roughly about £20.55 to 23.74, and like I say, I ended up paying the higher price point of that. Don't know how they worked that out, but it's just the way it was. So for 23 quid, like, it's fantastic for what's out there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.